UK, we're experiencing the highest inflation in the G7. Why is that?
For a number of reasons, really. We've had a lot of difficulties following Brexit with regards to the supply of labour within the economy. And it seems that the rise in home energy prices and fuel prices has fed through into higher wages more quickly than in other parts of the advanced world. So it's been a very difficult period for the supply side of the economy, and we're seeing that adjustment come through.
Are there still more inflationary pressures in the pipeline yet to come through in the UK?
Oh, absolutely. We haven't seen the full pass-through yet of the energy price inflation that we've seen because of the energy price cap that exists within the UK. So most forecasters are looking for inflation to head to around 10% by the end of this year and then stay quite elevated for most of next year as well. So if you look at the consensus figures for next year, again, UK is one of the highest in the advanced world.
The Bank of England is looking at inflation on track to reach 11% later this year. Is that a reasonable base case in your view?
It's not unreasonable. I think it's a little bit high. Our forecast has it peaking at around sort of 9.5%. But that's really down to the assumptions made around the discounts that the government are providing for homes with regard to the rise in energy prices coming in October. Whether you include the discount or not is a big part of the question.
Well, Azad, anybody living in and around London and in the UK knows that the last couple of days have been pretty intense from a transport perspective, with the biggest rail strike in the last 30 years taking place here in the UK. And it's over wages as well as working conditions. Do you think that we could see wage negotiations intensify in the coming weeks and months? And how much focus are you putting on these rail strikes?
Not a great deal. The government is in quite a strong position at the moment, and the longer these rail strikes go on, the greater the animosity will be with the public as well. I think the public are losing their sort of their support, their willingness to support the strikers. So I'm not convinced that they're going to get a very big settlement. And the management are also asking for quite significant job cuts as well as part of the negotiation.
Well, Azad, certainly didn't expect you to weigh, too closely into the rail strikes in particular. But I suppose the question is, will we see other sectors follow suit and perhaps industrial action in other sectors? And if not, even outside of unions, clearly the UK public is struggling with the cost of living, and wages aren't going up in as meaningful a way as we're seeing prices rise.
Absolutely. The biggest area of risk with regards to disputes is going to be the public sector, because a lot of the public sector pay settlements have been around somewhere between 1% and 3%. And with inflation, as we've seen, heading towards 10, 11%, that means a very big cut in real terms. On the private sector side, less so. I think companies have been able to offer at least temporary bonuses to help with the cost of living. We've seen a number of companies do that in recent weeks. And that's helpful because it reduces the pressure on the workforce in the near term, but at the same time, doesn't lock the companies into a permanent pay increase for following years.